The Jackson County State's Attorney is working with others in the community to get guns off the streets.
News 3's Madeline Parker has more on the efforts to help curb gun violence in the area.
We will not tolerate any gun violence in the city of Carbondale.
Despite reports of gun violence and shootings, law enforcement say the Carbondale area is not an unsafe place.
A lot of our violent crimes are down. I think one of the things that we get into the habit of doing is creating a narrative based on shootings. We think that there's a lot of shooters. It's actually very few people that are making it a bad situation for the entire community. I think the idea was for all of us to work together to find out who those bad apples are and to start working the problem.
Carbondale police say working the problem starts with cooperation.
We work very closely with the state's attorney's office, take their lead and direction and what's best to do in these investigations to put the best case together to hold these individuals accountable for their actions.
Part of that cooperation comes from the community.
Last year that we were having some reluctance from the community to come forward and work with us in these investigations, and I think the tide is turning. We're seeing a lot of cooperation from the community. We're seeing more phone calls, more cooperation from witnesses, more cooperation from the victims, and that's what it's going to take.
And that people are truly fed up with the violent crime, and they're not willing to tolerate that in their community any longer.
Carbondale PD recently saw many guns off the street this past weekend and are now making their way to state labs for analysis. To continue to stop offenders and continue to help prevent more shootings, police say cooperation must continue.
The police department cannot do it alone, and we need the help of the community to make sure that we keep Carbondale safe.
In Carbondale, Madeline Parker, News 3.